I'm Ethan. I was a history grad student until I woke up in Great Liang. Now I'm a poor scholar who can't even afford a meal. Talk about a brutal start. No. Just one bun.
A grown man like you only eat one cheapskate. Poor scholar!
Excuse me, sir.
Move along, we don't hire trash. Get lost, we don't need dead weight. You can't carry or lift anything. What good are you?
We are not hiring!
Get lost, we don't need dead weight. You can't carry or lift anything.
A scholar really is useless. No one even wants to hire me. Am I really waiting to die?
What a weirdo!
Sir, thank you, sir. Please spare some change. Thank you, sir.
Who is that? Why is he giving you money?
That's Samuel, the richest man, the greatest philanthropist. Back off, earn your own money.
So here's Samuel. August 19th, year 12 of the Radiant Era. He'll be executed along with his whole family for funding the army. The richest man in the world and the poorest me are both going to die. If I save him, I'll be defying the Emperor. If I don't, we're both as good as dead. But as long as I'm alive, there's still hope.
Stop right there. You there, scholar, what do you want?
I am Ethan. I have urgent news for Mr. Samuel.
My master is ill, no visitors. What I have to say concerns his entire family and everything he has built. Wait any longer and it'll be too late. He'll regret it forever. What nonsense, slandering the richest man in the empire? You know the price better than I do, guards!
The charge of supplying the army comes tomorrow. Is that proof enough? How did he know about that? My master was only trying to show his loyalty. How is that a crime? Just another desperate scammer.
Guards, throw this crazy scholar out of here!
No need, I have said my piece. Mr. Samuel spent his whole life building his legacy, only to meet such an end. What a tragedy.
Follow him from a distance. Find out where he lives and who he really is.
Only 12 hours left. What do I do? What else can get me to meet Samuel? Glass.
How dare you? Who are you?
What's going on?
Master, it's a poor scholar. He came yesterday to see you. You insolent fool. How many heads do you have to risk like this? Get lost!
I am Ethan. I'm not here to cause trouble, but to offer Mr. Samuel a fortune. And a chance to survive.
Let him in.
Mr. Samuel, it's called glass.
This is a treasure. It's rougher than the cheapest glazed tile.
Did you make this?
It's impressive, but it won't save your life.
How dare you spout nonsense in front of the master? You brat! You know what happens if you curse me? I could crush you like an ant. Drag him out and beat him to death.
Wait. Mr. Samuel, are you raising a huge sum to reward the army?
That's classified. How do you know that? Besides, supporting the troops is serving the nation and His Majesty. What crime is that?
Mr. Samuel, think carefully. The innocent suffer for what others desire. The Emperor rose from nothing through blood and war. What does he value most?
Military power and the people's loyalty.
Rewarding the army isn't a crime. It becomes one because of scale and how it looks. In His Majesty's eyes, this could look like you buying loyalty from the army. Or worse, a move against the throne.
I didn't.
Mr. Samuel, your path is blocked, but you still have a chance. I've thought of 3 ways to get you out of this.
Go on.
The worst option, stop everything, turn over all your wealth to the royal treasury. Give up everything, retire to your hometown and stay hidden. It might save your life.
But my life's work will go to waste.
The middle option, go ahead with the reward but change the name. Do it in the Crown Prince's name. You pay and he takes the credit. That way it becomes royal charity. Nothing to do with you.
It may buy peace, but only for a while. One wrong move later and the Shen family will still be the biggest target.
The best option could multiply your wealth tenfold within 10 years.
But even if it grows tenfold, what gives it real standing? What makes it last?
If you trust me, I'll stake my life on it. With everything I know, I'll get you out of this. And turn you from a man they can push around into someone even the Emperor has to deal with. I'll make your name last for generations.
Master, bad news! Officers from Jing Prefecture are here.
What brings you here, officers?
By order of the prefect, we're here to bring in a scholar named Ethan for questioning.
He is my guest. What has he done?
Someone reported him for spreading rumors and stirring trouble at your door.
Officer, shouldn't there be a warrant? May I take a look at it?
I've been on duty for years and I've never met a suspect asking for a warrant. Poor scholar, can you even read it? Listen, what I say is the prefect's order, and that is the law. Keep babbling and you'll get 20 lashes.
You are abusing your power.
Mr. Samuel, are you trying to protect a criminal? Then you'll suffer too.
I may not be much, but I know the law. You said the prefect's word is the law, right? Then I'd better see that warrant myself to learn how the prefect's law differs from the law of Great Liang.
You...
Officer, I have a few questions, Mr. Samuel. Please be my witness. Listen carefully. The criminal law of Great Liang states that any accusation must include the plaintiff's name, charges, and the evidence. This document only says I spread rumors, then who reported me? Where is the evidence?
That's for the prefect to decide.
Second, the litigation section states local matters go to village heads and the elders first and then to county offices, and only if rejected can they reach the prefecture. I am just a commoner. If I've done wrong, the county court should handle it first. Jing Prefecture skipping steps like this is illegal. Third, and most importantly, the law says a summons is a notice, and an arrest requires a warrant. A summons is an invitation or a call, it's optional. You can't force someone to go. An arrest warrant is for catching and arresting. It requires clear evidence. And the prefect's approval before you can detain someone. Your document says summons, but you came with chains. This is an abuse of power. It's illegal. So tell me, are you here to summon me or to arrest me? You're holding a document from the prefect, but I follow His Majesty's law. So tell me, whose law should I follow? Please inform the prefect to summon or arrest anyone. He must follow the laws of Great Liang. Otherwise, I don't mind visiting the censorate to ask the imperial censors whether it is the prefect who rules Jing City or the laws of Great Liang.
I wouldn't dare! I wouldn't dare!
Sir, this trouble is my fault. My apologies.
You're too kind, Mr. Samuel.
I didn't recognize your brilliance. I almost missed a master like you. Please save me. Save my entire family.
Mr. Samuel, please stand up. We're in the same boat now. No need to be so formal.
Sir.
Mr. Samuel, don't call me sir anymore. If you don't mind, just call me Ethan.
How could I do that?
Why not? We're talking business now. A big deal involving our very lives. Business doesn't need such formalities.
Fine, the best strategy, I'm all ears.
The best strategy is just one word. Offer.
Offer!
Yes, offer. The money you meant for the army, every single cent, offer it all to the court, to His Majesty offer.
Ethan, my young friend, how is this better than a bad move?
It is night and day. What does His Majesty want most, and what does he fear most? What he wants is a strong and prosperous country, a mighty army that can conquer new lands. And what he fears is powerful generals abusing their military power, is merchants of immense wealth harboring ill intentions.
So, my funding the army crossed His Majesty's red line.
What you call loyalty, he sees as ambition. But what if there is another way? We could say Samuel is grateful for the Emperor's grace and cannot bear to see the soldiers' hardships. Nor does he want the court to worry about military costs. Thus he voluntarily donates his entire fortune to establish a new department. The Armaments Bureau.
The Armaments Bureau.
Exactly. One that doesn't lead troops nor goes to war, but is dedicated to Great Liang for developing new military equipment. We will create the world's sharpest blades, strongest armor, and most powerful cannons.
We will manufacture weapons and munitions.
For instance, this material. If crafted with fine technique and made as clear as crystal, it can be used for telescopes, allowing scouts to see miles away. It would be a vital national asset. Another example. Use the money to hire the finest craftsmen to improve iron smelting and to build larger, stronger ocean-going treasure ships. Then Great Liang Navy will surely dominate the seas.
Brilliant, truly brilliant. It's just that this way the wealth my family built for generations would be completely drained.
Mr. Samuel, you still don't understand. Money is like flowing water. Kept in your own pond, it will eventually stagnate and attract pests. Only by letting it flow into the river and into the sea can it remain fresh and flow forever, nurturing a true dragon that no one can take away. Once the Armaments Bureau is established, besides you, who provides funding and knows the trade, who else could manage it, the Emperor will grant you the title of Imperial Merchant. All the skilled craftsmen, rare timber mines, and ironworks will all be at your disposal.
Great Liang Imperial Merchant.
Once we have strong ships and guns and an invincible navy, we can lift the sea ban, we can sail out onto the endless ocean to find the legendary land of gold and the Isle of Spices.
Exactly. Opening the seas for trade will bring a constant flow of eternal wealth.
Ethan!
No, sir, we'll do exactly as you say. From now on, the Shen family will follow your every lead. All our fortune is at your disposal.
For now, we have a fatal problem. Today's bailiffs were sent by Prefect Charles, and this Charles is a protege of Chancellor Henry. Snubbing him is like slapping Mr. Henry's face. How will our grand plan bypass the Jing Prefecture, the 6 ministries, the Secretariat, and all these hurdles to reach the Emperor's ears? Henry is incredibly powerful. We can't go head-to-head with him.
Get down, don't move!
Mr. Samuel, I hope you've been well. I wonder why Your Excellency has brought troops here in person. If the Shen family has done wrong, it should be handled by the state law. Why such force?
State law. I am here today precisely to enforce state law. Samuel, you've been reported for hoarding weapons with intent to rebel. I'm here by decree to seize everything with witnesses and evidence ready. What more do you have to say? Search! There's a move!
Samuel, you have too much money, so much that the Emperor and Mr. Henry can't even sleep. Arrest the entire Shen family. Throw them into the Imperial prison. All assets are to be seized. Anyone who resists, kill them on sight, kid. You know state law quite well, huh? Too bad. This city is my territory. I am the law. Once you're in the dungeon, I hope your bones are as tough as your mouth.
Mr. Charles, have you ever wondered how these things got in here and how they were found?
Stop being cryptic. You're just stalling. I'm not falling for it. Take him away.
How do you know who actually set the stage for this play? Who is the lamb to the slaughter?
Mr. Samuel, acting like a martyr already. Isn't it a bit early? While we're still alive, we have to keep fighting. What if we find a way out? I saw Walter when I came in. He wasn't arrested.
Walter, what can you do? Henry wants us dead. Even a god descending from heaven couldn't save us. What if I choose to defy fate? Crown Prince Samson, it's worth a shot. But I have no ties to the Eastern Palace. I sent Walter to handle it. I am betting on 3 things. First, Walter's loyalty to you. Loyalty heaven and earth can bear witness. He hasn't been jailed, I bet, right? The crime of funding the army is set for tomorrow. Is this news? Weighty enough. There are government spies there. Did you see them? It's a plan to lure the snake out. After you read this, you can judge for yourself.
So, you had Walter hide weapons in the manor. Then you tipped off Charles. That was his pledge of allegiance.
Exactly. Only someone like Walter could make Charles believe the evidence is real. Meanwhile, it also protects Walter and keeps our options open.
But we are stuck in prison if we can't get out.
Even without the treason charge, won't Charles and Henry find another excuse? We exposed ourselves to go to jail to find life through certain death. In this way, we cut out the thorn of funding army and Emperor's mind.
Go on.
Second, the goodwill earned from your family's charity. I had Walter find Blind Tom, the storyteller in the south, to deliver a token and a message to the Eastern Palace.
Blind Tom! How could he enter the palace? That's a restricted area. Not even a fly can get in, let alone a blind storyteller.
He's an old soldier who rebelled with his majesty in Hao Prefecture years ago. The eunuchs who buy palace supplies love drinking with him and hearing stories about his majesty. Passing a message is impossible for others, but for him it's just a few jars of wine and some roast chickens.
What about the third?
Third, Mr. Samson truly cares for the realm. For the sake of the country, he would give us a chance. Samson studied under great scholars. To save a disgraced mentor, he even jumped into a river to beg for mercy. Compared to that, this is a small matter.
What message did you have him send?
I didn't have him plead for mercy against a charge like treason. Any defense is futile. Protesting innocence only makes Samson suspect us and keep his distance. The letter contained only one line. I, Ethan, a commoner, have a plan. To make our navy the best in the world, sail the 4 seas and expand our territory. And that thing is a diagram I drew from memory. Look at the sketch, the keel of this new warship.
These pickles are so mushy.
Why are they spoiled again?
Eat it or leave it. You won't starve. Still think you're the richest man. You're just a prisoner. You only deserve spoiled food.
Hey man, interested in the secret recipe.
I've heard you spread rumors and fool people. I don't believe your nonsense.
Bro, it's no big deal. I just know how to make the pickles crunchier. The minced meat is a bit dry, but it's still meat, Mr. Samuel. Eat up to have strength for the journey, whether it's to the afterlife or to the heights of power. They're here, let's see if it's the road to glory or the road to death.
Which one of you is Ethan?
I am Ethan. Greetings, eunuch.
An imperial decree! Summon Ethan to the Sky Hall for an audience?
Why the Emperor? What about the Crown Prince? A prisoner accused of treason. Isn't this suicide?
Ethan, the commoner, accept the decree.
Put on these clothes. Follow me.
Master Samuel, wait for my return.
Kid, you've got guts before His Majesty. Know what to say and what not to say.
Sir, I'm going not to clear my name, but to offer a strategy. If it fails to strengthen the nation, take my head.
So you're the one offering a strategy, Ethan.
Ethan, the commoner. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Lift your head. Tell me, Samuel hid weapons intending to rebel caught red-handed. As his aide, do you plead guilty?
Your Majesty, Samuel has no intent to rebel. I'm also innocent of any crime.
How dare you, Your Majesty? He is deceiving the public with lies. The weapons found at Samuel's manor are all military grade. The evidence is irrefutable. Please issue a decree, Your Majesty, to execute this man and Samuel together as a warning to others.
We concur, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, right and wrong is not determined by words but by physical evidence.
What evidence do you have?
Once this is shown, whether Samuel is a traitor and whether I am guilty, Your Majesty will be the judge. More importantly is that this can help our Great Liang open up vast sea borders. Bring it forward. Thank you, Your Majesty.
What is this?
Your Majesty, this ship is called the Wavebreaker. I am so bold to ask Your Majesty, is our Great Liang Navy still plagued by pirates? Great Liang's blessing ships are tall and sturdy, good for defense, but they are too clunky. They can't catch the fast pirate boats. That's the first point. Second, Great Liang ships often have spliced keels in heavy storms. The hulls easily twist and break. Third, if the hull hits a reef... Your Majesty.
Silence.
The entire ship floods. No one survives.
Claim. Your ship can solve these problems.
It can... Your Majesty, look, this is an integral keel. It runs the entire length. The hull can withstand level 12 storms. Look at the bottom. A pointed design. It has a deep draft, cuts waves quickly. It's much faster than pirate boats. Most importantly, it uses watertight bulkheads, dividing the interior into dozens of separate cabins. Even with a few punctures, seawater will only flood local sections. The entire ship will never sink, greatly increasing the survival of our men.
This vessel, was it really funded by Samuel and designed by you?
Your Majesty, it was. Master Samuel once said, all his life's wealth came from the people, so it should serve the nation. He is willing to give his entire fortune to build an invincible navy for you, to wipe out the pirates and show Great Liang's power to the world, and I simply have a knack for engineering, turning his loyalty into reality. A man willing to risk everything, to build ships for the country, who put his heart and soul into this national asset. Would he hide crates of rusty armor just to rebel?
Fine! Well said, spending everything for the nation, Charles. Tell me, a loyal subject who serves the people, a brilliant talent like this. In your Jing prefecture, how did they become traitors?
Your Majesty, please calm your anger. I have failed you.
Hear my decree. Samuel's loyalty is commendable. He is pardoned. Reward him with 1,000 gold pieces. To honor his contribution, Ethan is exceptionally clever. For presenting this treasure is promoted to Imperial Scholar, receiving a 6th rank salary under the name of Gemera to serve at the new Gemera Mint to oversee naval affairs.
I thank your majesty for the grace.
Gemera Mint will be led by Samuel to oversee the building of new warships. The Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of War, the Ministry of Works must cooperate fully. Whatever is needed, funds, food, and craftsmen, shall be allocated with priority. What a fine ship, the Wavebreaker. To claim the sea as our border, to use ships as our steeds. My empire should not be limited to this land.
My apologies, sir. I didn't mean to.
It's fine, you may go. No one saw. No one will blame you.
He wasn't even angry. Didn't even look at me. He's quite an upright man.
Ethan!
What is it, Samuel?
A gift from the Minister of War Premium Wild Ginseng. This is from the Vice Minister of Finance. He heard the Gemera Mint was founded and sent 2,000 taels of silver for official expenses and...
The heavier the gift list, the thinner the sincerity. Keep the silver, return the ginseng. Tell them we appreciate the gesture, but the Gemera Mint serves the state. We cannot accept such lavish gifts.
Why they mean well. If we turn them away, won't we offend them?
Samuel, politics is not like business. In business, it's about profit and trade. In politics, it's about power and survival. Those giving gifts today might be the ones stabbing us in the back tomorrow. The sign is up. The stage is set. Now time for real business. Shipyard selection. Hiring craftsmen. Procuring materials. These are our foundations. We must start immediately.
Don't worry, it's all arranged. Tomorrow morning I'll go to the Ministry of Works myself with the Emperor's decree. They won't dare refuse.
Can you understand this?
No, I just find it interesting.
These are shipyard blueprints. If you're interested, you can learn to design them yourself.
You're willing to teach me, sir. A woman. A maid.
What's wrong with being a woman or a maid, as long as you're willing to learn? Being studious makes you a good student. Is this concept too ahead of its time? Hit a wall.
More than that, it's absolutely outrageous. That Director Lucas of the Ministry of Works is a master at passing the buck. Mr. Samuel, you may not know this premium hemlock wood is for building frontier fortresses. Border defense cannot be delayed. Tung oil. Unfortunately, it was shipped to East Region yesterday to maintain naval warships. I slammed the Imperial decree on his desk. Guess what he said? He said, a decree is a decree, but rules are rules. I also want to do my best for the Gemera Mint, but the warehouse is empty. I can't conjure it out of thin air.
They're all slick bureaucrats. It's not worth your anger, Mr. Samuel.
If official channels are blocked, then we'll go through private channels. I don't believe that even with my money, I still can't buy what I need. I'll have Walter go personally. In this city, no one dares to snub the Shen family. So, Morty and Prime Trading, they shook their heads at Gemera Mint, saying everything's reserved for the government. Celestia Tung Oil is closed to visitors. The Ironmongers, they tripled the price. Full payment up front, delivery in 3 months. They are in cahoots, working hand in glove. Henry's cronies, treacherous scoundrels.
Master Samuel, watch your words.
It's over. We're finished. Forget finishing on time. We can't even start. Ethan, think of something. You must have a way, right?
Rest for now. Let me think on this.
Ethan! It's urgent! Why lock yourself in? 10 days left till the first deadline. Never mind ships, we don't have a single log. If we fail, this is us losing our heads for fooling the Emperor.
What else is there cheap and common that replaces wood and stone as building material?
Cement! I can make cement!
Our Gammer Mint is likely doomed.
No kidding, heard they crossed Minister Henry in this city who dare sell to us.
What a pity, Master Samuel, such a vast estate ruined by young Lord Ethan.
Ethan! Ethan! Speak up or I'll break the door down.
What's wrong with you? Any luck with a plan?
No matter. Call all the craftsmen to the yard. I've called you here to witness something. From today on, our Gemera Mint will use this to build the shipyard.
Master Ethan, pardon my bluntness. For 3 generations, my family built palace walls. I learned from my father. I've worked with stone and mud all my life. Every kind of mortar and lime, I know them all. But this stuff of yours isn't sticky and lacks substance, it's loose as sand. How can it bear weight? Building a shipyard with this, let alone mooring warships, I fear it'll collapse with the wind. This is no joke. You're risking Great Liang's foundation. Even worse, you're gambling with our lives.
Right, Master Paul is right! Master Paul is right! Master Paul is right! An amateur leading the pros is a recipe for disaster. Exactly! Gammer Mint more like a nonsense mint. If this keeps up, we might as well disband, right?
Master Paul has a point. Talk is cheap. I won't argue. Let's test it right here. If it fails, I, Ethan, in front of everyone, will eat this bag of fairy soil.
If it works, Master Paul and everyone, please trust me this once.
Fine! Then today, I'll see for myself.
Stop, enough water. Just like that. Stir it slowly.
This mud is way too watery. It's just like porridge. How can we build a wall? Exactly. It's not sticky at all. Bricks will just slide off.
We'll see in 2 hours.
Master Paul, go ahead.
Again! Master Paul, let me try! My goodness, is this a wall? This is harder than a damn iron plate! Young Master Ethan, I've built walls my whole life, but only today I realized they can be built this way. This isn't mud, it's a divine gift from the gods. Divine Master, please accept my bow. A miracle. This is truly a miracle. Our Great Liang, no, our Shen family is producing a true dragon.
I'm just benefiting from the times, but your craftsmanship is what's truly admirable.
My Lord Gamma Mint used that magic soil. They poured the foundation in 1 day. At this rate, within half a month the stone dock will be finished. They say that stuff is harder than green stone.
Sorcery to delude the masses. Mere grandstanding. Investigate it. I want to see what tricks he's playing.
By my lord, this was made from that magic soil.
Since magic can't be countered, we'll use mortal means. I don't believe in magic, I only believe in power play. Send more men, watch them, spy on them, find the weakness of this secret formula.
Master, this is the design I drew based on your teaching. Please guide me.
You have quite a talent, it's well drawn. However, the scale is off. I'll give you a construction journal. You can study it yourself. If there's anything you don't get, ask me anytime.
Great, thank you, Ethan. This is a gift of thanks.
Samuel, though this cement method is good, it has a major flaw.
What flaw?
The ingredients. Limestone and clay are easy, but to make it set like stone, a crucial catalyst is required.
Copperus, what is it? I've been in business all my life, but I've never heard of it.
This is an associated mineral grayish-blue in color. It looks ordinary, but it's the key to turning stone into gold. When firing cement, grind it into powder and mix it in a specific ratio for it to work. If it's off by even a fraction, all the effort will be in vain and the god soil will be just a pile of waste. I've checked the minerals in Jing Prefecture. The yield of copperus is extremely low. Only these few barren hills produce it occasionally. Our stock is almost gone now. If we don't restock soon within 10 days, the Gemera Mint will have to stop production.
What should we do then? I'll send men right away to buy up all the copperus stone in those hills.
That's the only way. Remember, not a word of this to anyone. It's the lifeblood of the Gemera Mint. If anyone finds out, the consequences will be disastrous.
I understand. I understand.
Out, out, out! That's quite a courtyard sweep. Get lost now!
Copperus stone lifeblood. Quite a lifeblood indeed. Ethan, no matter how much you calculate, you finally exposed your own weakness.
My lord, among those barren hills, the largest one happens to be on Manager Zeth's farm estate.
Order Manager Zeth to seal off the hills immediately. Not a single ounce is to be sold to the Gemera Mint. Tell them the government needs it.
But if they come to ask...
Ask. Let them come beg. I want to see if Samuel Silver can buy the stones in my hand. Go tell Chancellor Henry, tell him the fish is already in the net.
Ethan, that copperus, is it for real?
Master Samuel, there's no such thing. The so-called copperus is just a common pebble. I just gave it a name and made up a story.
But what if they test it?
They won't. Because they trust their own intel too much and they overestimate themselves. To them, this is my Achilles heel. They'll only think of how to use it against me instead of verifying it. Greed makes people foolish, and foolish enemies are easiest to handle.
Master Sir, it's working. Zeth's carriage from Jing Prefecture has left the city, heading for the suburban mines.
Master, the best way to handle a hungry wolf isn't with a stick. It's to poison a piece of meat and wait for it to pounce.
Master Samuel, hope you've been well. You've lost quite a bit of weight.
Lewis, a rare guest indeed.
Master Samuel. Oh, don't say that. Here in Jing City, we cross paths all the time. We're all on the same side, no need for formalities. I'm here to help with your trouble. Everything is in short supply in Jing City, especially what you need. The copperus, it's more precious than gold. My master went to great lengths at the official mines to set some aside for you.
You've gone too far! Government serves His Majesty for you to actually extort me like this! We'll file an appeal with the Emperor to see His Majesty in person!
Master Samuel, don't put it that way. Lord Zeth is taking a massive risk for you. These stones were taken from the armory. If the Ministry of War finds out, he'll lose his head. This price is for the stones and my master's life. Tell me, is it expensive? Go ahead and appeal then.
Tell His Majesty, without our catalyst, the divine soil is useless. Do you think His Majesty will punish us? Will punish you for deceiving the throne? Deal. 10 times it is.
Master, why go through all this trouble?
Acting. Just acting. That boy Ethan is incredible. How did he predict those bastards would say those things and do those things?
Scholar Ethan entered the palace in white robes, presenting the treasure ship, outsmarting the traitors good.
September 3rd noon. Steward Lewis's carriage left the manor, heading to Grace Restaurant in the west left at 1:15 p.m.
September 3rd, 12:45 p.m. Gamera Mint manager Zane's carriage arrived at Grace Restaurant. September 5th, 4 p.m. Officer Zeth's convoy left the city. 12 cards. Destination: Waste Quarry on the outskirts. Officer Zeth. On the 6th at 8 a.m. Gamera Mint received 10,000 taels of silver handed over at West Quarry.
Ethan, we don't need to know what they said.
We don't need to know what wolves say in their plot. We only need to know when and where they ate the sheep. That's enough.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey!
Ethan, are you there?
Master Samuel, did something happen at the site?
Ethan, I have a favor to ask. This concerns our family's legacy and our bloodline. If you refuse, I will stay on my knees.
Please speak, Master Samuel.
I want to give my daughter Laura to you in marriage, Ethan. Don't misunderstand. This move is not to trap you through marriage. I am seeking for our family a true path to survival. We seem to be the wealthiest, but in reality, we are just a fat sheep for the crown. I was foolish before, thinking money could buy peace. Meeting you changed that money. Is the most unreliable thing. You are the world's greatest treasure. Your vision can change the world. Only in your hands can we turn from a helpless sheep into a soaring dragon.
But my heart is already taken.
What? The maids in the manor are getting out of hand. How dare they eavesdrop on our conversation? I must have Walter teach them a lesson.
It is not her fault. I told her she could see me any time.
Unless you like this maid? That is easy then. Take her as a concubine. Just bring her into your quarters.
No. The wife I marry must be someone I truly love. Regardless of whether she is a maid or a lady. Mr. Samuel, do you understand?
I was being too forward. With your talent, high office would be an easy feat. What kind of noble lady could you not marry? But I still promise you, as long as you agree, Shen Manor and Gemma Mint will all be yours.
Were you bullied? Tell me about it.
Why do you not want to marry my lady? How is she inferior to your sweetheart?
Although I have never met her, I have heard she is the most talented in Jing Prefecture and exceptionally beautiful.
Then why do you refuse? Is she even prettier than my lady?
Yes, she is the most beautiful in my heart.
What are you doing? Let me go.
Don't you understand yet who the one I love is?
You, me. I'm just a maid. Besides, you don't even know my name.
I know you are gifted
You catch on quickly. I know you speak up for justice, as brave as any man. I know you have a brilliant and pure soul that is more important than anything.
Won't you ask my name or where I live?
When you are ready to speak, you will naturally tell me.
My name is Laura Master Ethan, remember it well.
Ethan, what happened? Why the hurry? Is it about Charles?
I need to see Laura. Please grant me this.
Good, great. You finally come around. I'll arrange it at once.
Laura, greetings, Mr. Ethan. Blessings, Father.
Ethan, greetings, Ms. Laura.
Mr. Ethan, I have a question. I hope you can enlighten me.
Please go ahead.
I've heard the cement you created is as strong as stone and sets in a day with such a marvel. Why was the Gemmer Mint dock not cast as a single piece but in sections instead, then joined together? Isn't that a waste of time and effort? So redundant.
It seems your father has told you plenty about the Gemmer Mint.
Though she's a woman, she's well-read and second to no man.
Indeed, there's something you should know. Casting as a single piece may seem faster, but it poses endless risks. The dock is massive, and the foundation bears uneven stress. If any part sinks, it will crack entirely and be completely ruined.
Therefore, casting in sections ensures even pressure and distributes the weight.
Joining them with joints between each section leaves room for expansion. Even if there's a shift, it won't damage the structure. It may seem slow, but it uses flexibility to overcome force, keeping the dock safe for centuries.
Brilliant! I never understood this, but after Ethan's explanation, everything is clear now.
My father often says, you have world-shaping talent capable of stabilizing the nation. But I feel that what you hold in your heart is something greater than this world, the vast sea and stars.
Master, this is Zoe, the city's most famous matchmaker.
Zoe, these are the betrothal records for Laura and Ethan. Keep them safe. This union between the Shen and Gu families, you must present it perfectly. You'll be handsomely rewarded.
Rest assured, Master Samuel, with you personally taking charge, this match between Gemmermint's Mr. Ethan and the young mistress will be a done deal.
Have you heard Mr. Ethan is marrying the tycoon's daughter? For Samuel to deliver the gifts himself, that son-in-law must be something special. They call it a wedding, but he's actually marrying into the family. But to marry into the wealthiest family around the kid is getting a real bargain.
Fame, wealth, and beauty. Talk about hitting the jackpot. Ethan, do you really think all the luck in the world is yours alone to keep?
The auspicious hour has arrived! First bow to heaven and earth! Second bow to parents! Husband and wife bow to each other!
Hold on!
You Ethan! You ungrateful scumbag! How dare you get married here!
What is this?
Outrageous! This is preposterous! Guards, throw these thugs out! They're hitting us! The Shen family is bullying and killing us to silence us. We just want justice, yet you want our lives.
Exactly.
What is going on? Did Ethan really do those things? Mr. Samuel is totally humiliated, picking a son-in-law like this.
You gigolo! You seduced my sister and stole our money just to climb the ladder with the Shen family! Today, if you don't give me an explanation, I'll kill myself at the gate of Shen Manor!
Wait here, my lady. I will handle these buzzing flies.
Stop playing dumb if you don't pay up today. Forget about the wedding.
So Gemmer Mint guards are here. Your orders, sir.
Guards, just what I was waiting for.
Everyone, today is my big day. I didn't want any blood spilled. But, since unwanted guests are here, ruining the mood, if I don't put on a good show, I would be a poor host.
What do you want? In broad daylight for everyone to see. We are the victims. We're here for justice. Are you trying to silence us?
Clear them out.
Yes, sir, do it!
Today is my master's big day. You gutter trash. How dare you show your faces here in your next life? Try to be born better.
Everyone, my sincere apologies for letting those pests ruin the mood. Please forgive the disturbance. The auspicious hour hasn't passed. Let's continue.
Yes, yes! Bow to each other!
Lord Charles, thank you for coming today. A toast to you. By the way, Mr. Charles, now that the flies are gone, it's easy to get sleepy, but in Jing Prefecture, there seems to be a big tiger roaring in the night, keeping everyone awake. Tell me, what should be done?
Ethan! Don't be so smug! Your Majesty, I have a petition.
Granted.
I wish to impeach the Imperial attendant Ethan. Though he was rewarded for his gift, he is now arrogant and reckless. He flouts the law. Yesterday, at his wedding, some commoners came regarding an old dispute. Instead of mediating, he let his thugs attack them. The thugs severely injured them. Several unarmed citizens had their limbs broken and were left in the streets. Forming a private militia and harming the people, how is he any different from a traitorous rebel? I suspect the Gemmer Mint is actually a secret armory and a den for outlaws. I urge your Majesty to investigate and imprison Ethan to uphold the law and appease the people.
We concur.
Your Majesty, regarding what Lord Charles said, I admit to it. I disturbed the guests yesterday and shamed the court. I willingly accept punishment. But I also have a petition. It concerns the national treasury, the laws of the land, and most importantly, the safety of the nation. Your Majesty, those who crashed my wedding
did so for a personal grudge.
But those bleeding the country dry today are national traitors. Personal grudges can wait, but traitors must be purged first.
Utter nonsense! You are clearly misleading everyone.
Whether I am misleading everyone is for your Majesty to decide. Please allow me to present a gift. Once presented, who is loyal and who is a traitor will be clear to your Majesty.
Bring it forth.
Your Majesty, since the founding of the Gemmer Mint, these are the purchase records for copperas. In the 12th year, on September 3rd, Manager Zane of Gemmer Mint at the Grace Restaurant in the City West with the Ministry of Works Director Stuart Lewis, who works for Zeth, discussed the purchase of copperas. At 4 p.m. on September 5th, Director Zeth's convoy from the West Mountain Quarry transported 12 carts of copperas. At 10 times the market price, taking 10,000 taels of silver.
You're framing me! I've never even heard of that! This is slander and a frame-up!
Your Majesty, please look. This is a map of the city outskirts. Marked in red is the route of Zeth's convoy. These black dots are where the transactions took place. Furthermore, Steward Lewis and 10 drivers from the convoy have all confessed and signed. The evidence and witnesses are all present.
Your Majesty, I am guilty.
Lucas of the Ministry of Works withheld iron meant for Gemery Mint, then through his relative's firm resold it to Gemery Mint at triple price, profiting 30,000 taels. Zach of the Revenue Ministry withheld salaries and ran illegal lending schemes. Your Majesty, these vermin dare to be so blatant in embezzling the treasury. All because behind them is a more powerful hand, backing them up and splitting the loot. Over 70% of the funds, through various banks and pawn shops, were funneled to one place, to the governor of Jing Prefecture, Lord Charles's manor.
Good! What a governor of Jing Prefecture, what a high official of mine right under my nose. Is this how you all serve as officials? I asked you to govern the regions, and you gave me nests of greedy rats. I told you to care for the people, yet you prey upon them to feast on their flesh and blood. Guards! Here!
Take Charles and everyone just named, every single one of them. Arrest them or throw them into the Imperial prison. Use any means necessary to make them talk. I want to know who else is behind them.
As you command.
Mercy, Your Majesty! Take them away! Mercy, Your Majesty!
I'm innocent. I've been framed.
Ethan, you will rot in hell! Rot in hell!
Mark.
Yes, sir.
Take your men now. Seize all the traitors' assets. Every single cent, account for it all. I want to see over these years exactly how much from our Great Liang they have carved out.
As you command.
Young master, I fear we've stirred up even bigger trouble. Chancellor Henry, no.
The big trouble has always been waiting for us. We'll take the fight to him.
Your Majesty, I'm reporting back on the asset seizure. Here is the list.
A prefect of Jing Prefecture embezzled this much. They aren't serving as officials. They're destroying the foundation of Liang, sucking the blood of my people.
Please calm down, Your Majesty.
Well done, Ethan. Show me an even bigger storm. The Blackguard seized Charles and his cronies. The Ministry of Revenue is auditing the accounts. Everyone is green with envy.
That's nothing compared to your warehouse.
Seriously though, we made Henry lose a major ally. What is your plan next?
I'll face it as it comes. There's always a way. I'll protect you and Laura and the Shen family.
Your Majesty, Henry is guilty. Please punish me.
What crime have you committed?
I was negligent in my recommendation. I misplaced my trust, leading scum like Charles to hold high office and exploit the people. This is my first sin.
Old fox. What a performance, taking a step back to advance.
I failed to spot the traitors early, allowing the imperial laws to be used by corrupt officials for profit. This is my second sin. I've failed Your Majesty's grace and the people's trust. I beg Your Majesty strip me of my chancellorship and throw me into the imperial prison to share the same fate as Charles, to appease the people and uphold the law. Your Majesty, I as a sinner should not speak of state affairs, but to prevent villains from harming the court, I dare to report several others.
Your performance is better than a movie star's.
The Ministry of War official! Landon stole military rations to sell for profit. Max of the Court of Judicial Review took bribes and bent the law. The Ministry of Revenue Milo. The Ministry of Rights. Wayne.
Your Majesty, have mercy, spare our lives.
Chancellor Henry, please rise. To err is human, no one is perfect. You were negligent in your oversight, but you put justice before family. Your merits offset your faults. I cannot allow my loyal subjects to lose heart.
Cutting his losses, how cunning. Imperial tactics, a clever move for balance.
This matter ends here. Those you reported will face a joint trial. As for you, 1 year's salary is docked. A small warning. Keep an eye on these officials for me. Don't let me down again.
I thank your majesty for your grace.
It seems dealing with Henry completely, that cunning fox will require more effort.
Ethan's talent is truly a pillar of the nation. Father said, if not for Ethan this time, who knows how many rats would be draining the treasury. This is a top merit.
By mandate of heaven, the Emperor decrees Imperial attendant Ethan Brave and Wise rooting out traitors, great service rendered awarded 1,000 gold taels, and 100 rolls of silk ordered as overseer of Gemery Mint to lead all affairs. Gemery Mint is vital to the state, benefiting the nation and people, titled Royal Merchant, managing all maritime trade, allowed a private fleet to recruit soldiers. No more than 500 all Gemery Mint products are royal tributes exempt from all taxes by imperial decree.
Your servant. Ethan thanks your majesty for your grace.
Ethan.
A meteoric rise with a bright future ahead. Master Samuel, treat him well. The Shen family shall receive great honor. Father once said Samuel is a natural at business, but as a man, he lacks a bit of shrewdness.
Thanks for the advice, Your Highness. Samuel will take it to heart for Gemery Mint, and for our Liang dynasty, I will give my all until my dying breath.
Husband, the Crown Prince is here today. The whole city is watching. In the last 100 years of our family, you are the highlight of it all.
Shen family or Gu family, from now on we are one family.
Husband, today's rewards, though a blessing from the Emperor. I can't help feeling uneasy.
Why are you uneasy?
The tallest tree catches the most wind. Your reputation is growing and the Emperor trusts you. I fear you've become a thorn in Henry's side. I'm afraid he...
Henry may be a tiger, but your husband is no sheep.
Laura, son-in-law, are you two asleep?
Come in, father. This is a map of the business powers in South.
River Prefecture Fan Silk Shop. 300,000 in annual income, controlled by Will, Minister of Works, Yang Prefecture, 4C Salt Field, monopolizing 30% of salt. It's actually Henry's brother-in-law's business. Hang Prefecture Tong Water Transport controls 70% of the canal's ships.
Salt, tea, silk water transport. The most profitable trades in South, 70% are in Henry's hands.
The salt industry is his lifeline. He uses it to feed his cronies and buy local power, a mountain of wealth, when I was young. I also tried to enter the salt trade, but I ran into pirates as soon as I set sail, losing both ship and cargo. After returning to shore, I was even framed for smuggling salt and thrown into prison.
So, father, you want to take his salt?
No, I've thought about this for a long time. Spent half my life mapping out this web just to help you avoid him and his cronies. He's a wall of iron. We can't afford to cross him.
But what if he doesn't let us avoid him? What if he uses this web to slowly devour the Shen assets?
Husband, father, look. A few days ago, the Madame of the Music Bureau said, in Jing Prefecture, there's a new trend brought from overseas, salt more precious than jewelry or fine silks.
Our salt. Could it be refined salt?
They say that salt is as white as snow, fine as sand. Once tasted without the usual bitterness, but with a hint of sweetness, a pinch costs a tael of silver. Priceless and rare. Only the palace and nobility can occasionally get some. Henry's salt may be found everywhere. But what they sell is only coarse salt for commoners. But the nobility of Jing Prefecture, would they really want bitter and harsh salt to go with delicacies?
My dear wife, you are my lucky star. What you just said is worth 10,000 troops.
You are all correct. Henry's salt business is rock solid. Why should we go head to head? He handles the existing market, while we'll create a brand new market.
Then should we sell par salt?
From now on, our Gemera Mint will launch a new type of salt. White as snow, refined salt without bitterness.
Snowy salt.
Snowy salt.
We won't fight Henry for customers. We'll only sell to 2 types of people.
Could it be you want to supply the nobles?
Exactly. First to His Majesty in the palace, the empresses and the crown prince as a tribute and a sign of respect.
Second, to the nobility of Jing Prefecture. We'll make our salt a symbol of status.
My clever wife, you get it instantly. I want snowy salt to be the trend here. Make the elites proud to eat our salt. And see Henry's salt as a disgrace in this way. No matter how much Henry sells, it'll only be petty profits. While we only deal with the top-tier elites and take the lion's share of the profit. Once we've made enough money and secured our footing, we'll slowly dismantle his network and cut off his supply. By then, the winner will be hard to say.
My dear son-in-law, it's a brilliant plan.
But there's one major obstacle. Salt is a government monopoly. Selling private salt is the same as treason. We don't have a salt permit.
Open! Show it! 1236, small Mr. Quaid. Much obliged, you owe the casino 200,000 taels. It's time to pay up.
Gone. All gone. I heard this Mr. Ethan has won a full 300,000 taels.
This pretty boy, is he really that good?
Mr. Quaid, sorry for your loss.
Mr. Ethan! Mr. Ethan! Save me! You're the god of gamblers! Please lend me some money, just 100,000! No, 50,000! I'll definitely win it back, I will!
We're total strangers. This isn't quite right. Besides, I never lend money to gamblers.
Sir, if you help me, I'll do anything! I'll work like a slave, even be your dog!
Forget it. You're a poor soul. I won't lend money. But I can bet with you one more time.
How do we bet?
I heard that your family has an old piece of paper. I'm not interested in money. I just like collecting strange old things. How about this? I'll put up 200,000 taels to bet against that paper of yours. If you win, take the money. If you lose, that paper is mine. What do you say?
Which paper did you mean, sir?
I think it's a permit related to your family's salt business. I heard the seal is quite unique, so I want to play with it.
The salt permit. All right, it's settled. I brought it. What are we betting?
Boss, let me borrow your dice cup. Let's skip the fancy stuff. Just one round. Highest roll wins. How about it?
Deal.
High it must be high!
Mr. Quaid, after you.
17 points, I win, I won 17 points, let's see you beat that!
Are you sure you won?
No, impossible! How is it a triple 18 points?
A tip for you. Didn't your father teach you that some things are your family legacy and must never be gambled away?
Watch the ratio of salt and water.
What a waste! Perfectly good salt turned into water again. I know you're full of ideas, but this isn't it a bit of a joke? Using black charcoal and dirty sand to filter salt water, is it still edible?
Unheard of. This is nonsense. Salt is the king of flavors. It abhors filth. How can you ruin it like this?
Father-in-law, be patient. Do as I say, pour the salt water in. Slowly.
What's going on? Black charcoal and sand can actually clear the water.
Salty, it's still salty, but the bitterness faded a lot.
Those burnt plant ashes, take some, dissolve them in water. The clear ash water, pour it into this salt water.
What, young master? Absolutely not! I've made salt my whole life. Never heard of such an unorthodox method. If salt water touches such filth, even gods can't save it.
Yes, young master, think twice!
Father-in-law, do you trust me?
Trust him! All of you get up! Didn't you hear my son-in-law do exactly as he says? If anything goes wrong, I will take full responsibility.
Which witchcraft? Son-in-law, how does this work?
Just fighting poison with poison, also known as a chemical reaction.
What is a chemical reaction?
The bitterness in the brine comes from some invisible impurities, and plant ash water happens to turn these impurities into visible sediments. This way, they are completely separated.
I have made salt my whole life. Only today did I see real salt.
I, Samuel, have dominated the business world my whole life. Thought I had seen all the treasures in the world. Only today did I realize that salt can be so beautiful, like a work of art.
Father-in-law, the heavens are bound to change, you see. Are we qualified enough now to go up against Henry?
Royal tribute is Samuel out of his mind, putting the word royal on his goods. Does he have a death wish?
A few days ago, he took in a new son-in-law. Must have messed with his head. Salt is salt. How fancy can it get?
Just wait and see. If the Shen family doesn't take a hard fall, I'll eat my hat. The salt business is a dangerous trade, not something an amateur can touch.
Everyone, today our shop opens, but we aren't selling anything. First I'll show you all something extraordinary.
Doesn't salt water just look like this? What's so special about it?
Good heavens, salt can be this clean.
This is Gemerament newly developed snow salt. It has gained His Majesty's approval and is listed as a royal tribute for our opening today. To let everyone in this city have a taste, it is specially approved for public sale. The price, compared to premium green salt, is only 30% higher.
With this quality, only 30% more. It would sell even at triple the price.
However, the crafting process is complex, so production is limited. Today, the 3 Shen family salt shops will only supply 300 pounds. Based on household registry, each family can only buy 1 pound while supplies last. Don't be fooled, everyone! This salt is as white as lime powder. It must be poisonous. Eating it will kill you. Exactly, that's right. The Shens are money-hungry maniacs playing games with our lives. Make way.
A miracle! It's truly a miracle! Using this salt in dishes leaves no bitter taste. Instead, it brings out the natural flavor of the ingredients. With this salt, the dishes at my restaurant can reach a whole new level.
My restaurant starting today will only use snow salt. No matter how much there is, we'll buy it all. Same goes for mine.
Dante. This Ethan and Samuel, under the guise of royal tribute snow salt, are restricting purchases. They want to cut off our routes. My salt shops in Jing City have been pushed to a dead end.
Why panic? Jing City is too small after all. He can make some waves but can't overturn the South. Pass my orders. From tomorrow on, all salt pans in the south. Halt production. All water transport will be blocked. I want to see how long his little snow salt can sell. Without a salt source, let's see what he uses to feed Jing City and its giant appetite.
Sorry, snow salt is sold out. It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days. Why is it out every time I come here? Don't you want to do business? Calm down. Come earlier another day. Another day, I think this royal tribute signboard will ruin you sooner or later. My boss heard snow salt is often out and told me to stock up early. Unfortunately, you're a step late. Today's stock is sold out. Let me tell you, in 7 days, if our restaurant doesn't get snow salt, you'll pay triple as per the contract.
Understood. Take care.
Master, young master, we're out of stock again. Many customers are angry. I'm afraid they won't return. Also, Sky Restaurant demands delivery in 7 days.
Don't panic. Once the stock arrives, production will catch up. Where is Walter? Why isn't he back yet?
So the buyers we sent to the south, none of them have returned.
What about others?
The men returned indeed, but were beaten black and blue. No goods at all. In the palace. If His Majesty's tribute stops, we'll lose our heads.
Mr. Dante, your move to cut them off at the source is truly brilliant. Truly brilliant.
Even if Ethan were almighty and had the Midas touch, he couldn't make salt out of thin air. Without our raw salt, his salt is nothing.
How did it go?
Rest assured, sir. All 72 salt yards in the south have been notified. Anyone daring to sell a grain of salt to the Shens will be making enemies with the South Salt Gang. We must cut off his salt route so in the south he will have nowhere to stand.
Well done. As for the Shen family's men, have they been dealt with?
Yes, with broken arms and legs, they were sent back to Jing City.
Ethan may be a dragon. Who can stir up the little pond of Jing City? What a pity. A dragon out of water has to lay low on land. Cut off his water, not just the raw salt. All Shen family ships heading to Jing City, seize them all.
Yes, sir. But what if he uses Gemmer Mint?
With Chancellor Henry backing us, why fear Gemmer Mint? I'll ensure the Shens not only fail at salt, but their proud Gemmer Mint will also turn into a bottomless pit once his funds dry up and credit goes bankrupt. He'll kneel and beg me for a bite to eat.
It's over. It's all over now. Sir, the salt merchants are in cahoots. We offered 5 times the price, but they didn't even bat an eye. Frank from Yang Prefecture even threatened, if the Shen family's men dare go again, it won't just be broken legs, they'll be drowned in the river on sight. This is too much. Truly too much.
Father, calm down.
Calm down? How can I calm down? The workshops are halted, the craftsmen are idle, our daily expenses are pouring out like water. The shops can't sell a pound of salt and our reputation is ruined. This is tearing my heart out.
Husband, are you out of ideas too?
Who says I'm out of ideas? Father-in-law, dear, look at this. They blocked off the land. Why not get salt from the sea?
No way. Absolutely not. Sea salt, it's not like I haven't tried.
We'd have to enclose huge salt pans by the sea and rely on the sun to dry it out slowly. It takes too much time and effort. You might not even get salt in half a month. It's called mudflat sun drying.
The master is right. Not to mention the low efficiency. Setting up salt pans is expensive, even if we manage to dry it. Sea salt is bitter and harsh. It has more impurities than green salt. It's completely inedible, let alone using it to make snow salt.
Who said anything about using the sun? We won't dry it instead. We boil it.
Boil?
How much firewood would that require? Wouldn't it cost more than drying it?
We'll buy or lease a fleet of ships. Then from nearby or the north to buy coal. On the ships we'll set up huge iron pots and coal stoves. The entire fleet will be a mobile salt boiling facility at sea.
This could work. Coal burns longer than firewood.
Deep sea water is cleaner and more concentrated. Once we boil it down to brine and ship it back to shore, that one ship of brine could yield so much snowflake salt, the efficiency would be 10 or 100 times that of sun drying. Henry can block the South's land routes, but can he block this boundless ocean?
But, good son-in-law, how much will this cost? To buy ships, to buy coal, to hire people. It's practically burning money. What if it fails?
There is no what if. Father-in-law. Do the math. We bypass the most expensive land costs, bypass Henry's salt pans and officials, and directly from the unclaimed sea, we take exactly what we want. Our costs are just the ship's coal and labor, but the profit comes from the entire Jing City, and even Great Liang's premium market. It's a huge gamble.
If we win,
we break free from Henry's control completely, like dragons returning to the sea.
If we lose,
at worst, I'll farm in the countryside with you.
All right, I'll take the bet. Damn it, I've seen it all in my life. It's just burning silver. My Shen family might lack anything, but never silver. I give you all our assets. Go all out.
they think blocking the rivers would leave us with no water. Little do they know our real source is this endless sea. If heaven denies me, I shall take it myself.
It's been half a month in Jing City, that damn Shen snow salt shop, not a soul in sight. I heard that old geezer Samuel got sick from anxiety.
Serves him right. A silk merchant dares to steal our business. Reckless fool.
Dante is truly brilliant. Cutting them off at the source sent that kid Ethan back to square one. I heard Gemmer Mint's shipyard has halted out of money.
Gentlemen, the Shen family's fall is only a matter of time. Now we need to discuss the Shen family's shops, staff, and the shares of Gemmer Mint, how to divide them.
Bad news, sir, is terrible news. Stop howling, is the sky falling? The sky is really falling. An urgent report from Jing City.
Let them open, what's the big deal?
But their snow salt is practically free.
What do you mean practically free?
Their snow salt is only 30 coins a caddy. That's the price of our lowest grade green salt. Impossible! Absolutely impossible! Where did he get the salt? Even if you took that old man Samuel and boiled him, you couldn't boil out this much salt. It's a bluff! Report! The Shen family's 3 shops, within 2 hours, sold out of salt. Report the Shen family announced starting tomorrow, they'll open 10 more branches in Jing City with unlimited snow salt. Report Gemmer Mint's fleet has returned dozens of ships fully loaded. Our spies at the port report what the ships carry is purely high concentration brine.
Capital Times' first issue is out. Extra. Latest expose. Behind every grain of salt you eat lies bloody profit. A pound of premium green salt has a true cost of no more than 20 coins, yet salt merchants sell it for 3 times, 4 times, even 5 times as much.
Papers, get your papers, get your papers. The South Salt Merchant Alliance, through monopolies, has manipulated salt prices over the past few decades. From every one of our pockets, they took hard-earned money many times the cost.
My God! These damn salt merchants making so much off us from a pound of salt!
No wonder we work all year round working ourselves to the bone and still scrimp on salt. Turns out all our money went straight to the hands of those heartless bastards.
Boycott them! Boycott! Don't buy their salt! Don't be an accomplice! Don't be an accomplice! Dante, we are out of funds. Creditors are at the door. Please think of a way. Save us, Sir! Salt shops are closing. We have no way out.
Get out! Samuel! Ethan! Chancellor Henry will eventually make you pay 100 times, 1,000 times over.
Son-in-law, incredible, absolutely incredible. We are not selling salt, we are printing money.
Husband, we won.
This is just the beginning. The highest realm of business is not about maximizing profit. It's about making rules and winning hearts. He who wins the hearts of the people can conquer the world.
Sir, this letter was left at the door by a stranger addressed specifically to you.
He who masters the blade must beware of its backlash.
Who sent this? Father, what's wrong?
LL. This is Earl, Leo's personal seal.
Leo, the legendary seer who knows astronomy and geography, who sees 500 years into the past and 500 years into the future. Leo.
Why would he write to you?
Father-in-law, please prepare a carriage and a generous gift. I am going to Greenfield. I am Ethan, invited by Earl Leo. I have come to pay a visit.
Junior Ethan pays respect to Earl Leo.
Earl or no Earl, I'm just a farmer with 1 foot in the grave. Are you the young man who used salt at 30 coins a catty to turn the whole South upside down? Quite bold. And quite ruthless.
I wouldn't dare. I just wanted people to have cheap salt.
Right, let the people have cheap salt, but in this world, the most terrifying thing is someone wanting people to live too well. Because then it makes some people look too evil. Do you play chess?
I know a little.
Then keep this old man company and play a game. Your blade is very fast. The newspaper is a blade. Snow salt is also a blade. With these 2 blades, you cut the South salt merchants to pieces. Very satisfying, but do you know? Henry is a tree with deep roots and lush leaves that has long merged with Great Liang. What you've chopped off now are merely branches and leaves. Through wind and rain, they will grow back next spring, even more flourishing than before.
I know his roots are in the royal court, but his power is immense now, with cronies everywhere shaking him. Is as hard as ascending to heaven.
Then it is right to be hard. Everyone knows to cut the trunk to fell a tree, but a tree that has lived too long relies on a life force stone buried deep underground to survive. That is its true lifeline. If you don't find it, even if you chop down the trunk, it can still rely on that stone to take root and sprout again. But if you find it, dig it out of the ground and smash it. The tree will fall on its own.
Life Force Stone. What is Henry's Life Force Stone?
Look here. This is the vital point. It seems useless but determines life and death. With it, it lives. Without it, it dies.
Thank you for the guidance.
I have pointed the way for you. As to where the stone is hidden, it depends on your skills.
If there is nothing else.
Your Majesty,
Speak.
I have a report. I wish to impeach the Gemery Mint official, Ethan. His first crime: using the Shen family's merchant status and cheap tricks. He monopolized the South salt trade for personal gain. He waged a price war, destroying almost all salt fields, making thousands of workers homeless. He fights the people for profit, shaking the state's foundation.
Royal Father, please let me speak.
Ethan is...
Lord Yanis, continue.
His second crime, privately publishing Capital Times, using paper as a weapon to mislead the public. It publishes street rumors or erotic tales. What is worse, he dares to discuss salt prices, inciting the public. Your Majesty, Ethan controls salt profits with his left hand and public opinion with his right, deceiving the ruler above, confusing the people below. Such a traitor, if unpunished, will threaten the court and ruin our nation of foundation, Your Majesty.
Royal Father, don't just listen to one side. I beg you, let Ethan defend himself.
You think winning the people wins the world? But this world belongs to the Emperor. You won the people, but lost the Emperor's favor. Let's see how you fight me.
Regarding this matter, I understand. Send the Black Armor Guards to thoroughly investigate Gemer Mint and all matters of Capital Times. I'll decide after the investigation. Court dismissed.
Lord Ethan, the Crown Prince requests your presence.
I must thank your Highness for speaking up.
At ease. Tell me the truth. Henry and Giannis's vicious scheme. How do you plan to handle it?
I don't plan to.
You don't? Do you think the Black Armor Guards is a pushover? The Black Armor Guards' Imperial prison is worse than Jing Prefecture's prison. 100 times more brutal, 1,000 times.
Your Highness, if I am guilty, no matter what I prepare or how I respond, Mark will still arrest me and interrogate me if I am innocent. Any preparations I make would be redundant and unnecessary.
Good. I admire your attitude. Remember, the Eastern Palace is your fallback. Great Liang shouldn't lose a talent like you.
Thank you for your grace, Your Highness. I shall take my leave. Whether we can pull out Henry depends entirely on you.
Dear son-in-law, how can you still sit here? The guards are coming to raid us!
Father, His Majesty only ordered an investigation. Don't scare yourself.
Right. But Henry suffered such a huge loss in business. He won't let us off easily.
It's my fault too. I was so easily swayed then and didn't stop Ethan.
Father, you entrusted the Shen family to my husband, and we have enjoyed the glory he brought us, so we should stand with him now.
True. Open and hidden attacks in business, I've never feared them. But this time, our opponent is the entire bureaucracy of Great Liang, and the supreme imperial power.
Father-in-law, my dear, have some tea to warm yourselves up. He tries to kill me with court rules. But he seems to have forgotten. Right now in this Jing city, who calls the shots? It's no longer up to Henry.
Dear son-in-law, do you have a fever? Why is he confessing?
He has his court. I have my newspaper. He wants to kill with a pen. Then let's see. If his scribes are stronger, or if my pen can strike the heart deeper.
extra capital times extra Gemery Mint official written by Ethan himself, a blood tier confession. Come and see Upright Ethan has a message for the whole city.
I, Ethan, am guilty. Since I arrived in Jing City, by the grace of the Emperor and the Crown Prince, I was appointed to Gemera Mint. I was deeply humbled, working day and night, only to serve the state and the people and do my meager part. But today, a royal censor impeached me with 2 major crimes. I thought about it over and over, tossing and turning, and finally realized the censor is absolutely right. I, Ethan, am guilty. First, I wronged the salt merchants of the South, because the snow salt produced by Gemer Mint was priced at 30 coins, making it affordable for the commoners, cutting off the merchants' massive profits. For competing with the elites, I have committed a heinous crime.
Well played, Ethan. Beating them at their own game, I knew I judged him right. Second, I wronged the corrupt local squires, because this capital times spoke for the voiceless people. The stolen house deed of Butcher Rider was recovered. Yes, that's me. Lee, whose leg was broken, got justice against the thugs. This action stopped those who oppress and bully the commoners from doing whatever they want, for making enemies of evildoers. I am unforgivable.
Upright Ethan is innocent! Upright Ethan is innocent! Upright Ethan is clearly a good man!
Third, guilty before the court, guilty before all scholars, because I, Ethan, vainly tried to use science to benefit the nation and people. Cement shipyards, snowflake salt, are all deemed mere tricks, unpresentable. As a merchant, doing a scholar's work, disrupted ancestral rules and forgot my place. I deserve death. Every word bleeds, and every sentence rings true. Guards, send this paper in my name to the royal study.
This is no confession, it's clearly a history of blood and tears. Bastards, those corrupt officials do nothing good themselves, yet stop others from doing good. Mr. Ethan sells us cheap salt, and it's a crime.
My family listened to the paper to get back the land stolen by the bullies. Who dares to say Lord Ethan is guilty? I'll be the first to fight them.
Quick, guards, hurry! Go get those papers, and the press shut them all down. Leave not a single copy.
Go, everyone, disperse!
Ethan is innocent! Lord Ethan is innocent! We plead for Lord Ethan!
What? Is this what the Black Armors found?
Your Majesty, these are the petitions from the people at the palace gates.
Your Majesty, this paper was sent from the East Palace. Look, this is printed. That copy looks handwritten. Your Majesty, there's a line of fine print. This...
If pleading for the people is a crime, I, Ethan, will never regret it. I only seek the truth to shine, to restore justice to the world.
Your Majesty, I implore you to imprison Ethan immediately to uphold the law and calm public outrage.
Minister Yanis, you keep talking about public outrage. Then, I want to ask you, is this what you call public outrage? What I see is the people's full support. My subjects, for someone willing to speak for them and sell them cheap salt, are spontaneously pleading for him. This matter ends here. Anyone who speaks out of turn will be deemed equally guilty.
Dear late autumn nights are cold, don't catch a cold.
Laura, thank you, in the darkest hours, for believing in me.
We are one, no need to thank me.
Son-in-law, how were you so sure His Majesty would spare you?
Do you remember father-in-law Mr. Leo's letter?
But didn't you say he never told you Henry's fatal weakness?
Yes, but he made me realize why Henry is so hard to defeat. Besides being a first-rank official and a founding chief minister, It's his vast network across the court. Many officials were promoted by him. If Charles falls, Giannis is pushed forward, and countless others wait behind.
So your move was telling His Majesty that, like Henry, you have irreplaceable value. He manipulates the court and officials, while you can guide and control the people's hearts.
Exactly. As a blade, like Henry, I can be used by the Emperor, and am even sharper.
No! Wait, son-in-law, since his strike missed. For his next move, he'll probably risk everything.
Father-in-law, no rush. Even if he is all-powerful, he cannot stop our maritime ambitions. Look, this is a world map I drew. Here are the Wa Islands, further south are the southern islands sailing west from there. There is the Golden Continent and the Spice Continent.
Good son-in-law. Is this what you meant by the direction of maritime trade? Can our fleet really cross the sea and bring back more precious than silk and porcelain, spices and gold worth 100 times more?
The most profitable business is never about production, but defining scarcity. As long as we can go where others cannot, even if we bring back a pile of rocks, we can sell it for the price of gold.
Come in. I have figured it out. Competing with a peasant in farming is just asking to be humiliated. Outsmarting a merchant at his own game is even more foolish.
If he refuses to play by the court rules, then I will not play his business games either.
Sir, what is your plan?
I will wipe out his business. Is Gemma Mint and the man himself off the map of Great Liang completely? Give the order.
Go to the Office of Transmission, and my proteges in the Censorate and 6 ministries pass a message. Tell them, the war pirates have returned.
Your Majesty, I am guilty!
Here we go again. You are addicted to acting. Can you come up with something new?
What crime did Chancellor Henry commit?
As the head of all officials, I failed to share your Majesty's burden, causing a pirate resurgence on the southeast coast. Leaving the people displaced and villages turned to ashes, I deserve to die 1,000 deaths. This is an urgent 800 Li Express report from Zhejiang's governor. A month ago, dozens of pirates raided a fishing village in Pacific Prefecture, burning, killing, and looting, causing heavy casualties. All valuables were completely looted.
Keep going.
Your Majesty, the pirate threat has a long history. Why is it never eradicated but only growing worse? I have thought about it and finally found the root cause. The root cause is opening up maritime trade.
What an old fox. He strikes right at the snake's weak spot, picking the weakest link to attack.
Father, I believe what Chancellor Henry said is far too alarmist.
Has your Highness been in the High Court for so long to forget the hardships of the people? Chancellor Henry, that is a vicious accusation. Watch your words. Your Majesty, pardon my bluntness. It's exactly because of the open sea and endless merchant ships that pirates have targets to loot. It's exactly because of the open ports that pirates have entry points.
Although the pirate threat is urgent, opening up maritime trade was vital for economic prosperity. If for a minor ailment, we close our borders, then how will Great Liang expand its territory and achieve grand ambitions?
So according to your Highness, maritime trade tax profits matter more than the safety of millions of Great Liang's coastal residents and a century of maritime border peace. For a little trade profit, you'd forsake the safety of ancestral lands. That is putting the cart before the horse and a move that ruins the nation. I implore your Majesty to prioritize the state and the people's safety. Reinstate the maritime ban. Not a single plank shall enter the sea. I second that. Please reinstate the ban, Your Majesty, to bring them peace.
We second that.
This matter is of great importance. We'll discuss it in 3 days. Court dismissed.
The sea ban. So this is his trump card, a truly fatal blow.
Wiping them out completely, leaving absolutely no way out.
Chancellor, your move is a stroke of genius. Even with Ethan's supreme abilities, he could never have expected that we'd strike via the sea ban policy.
Indeed. Once this policy is enacted, his Gemma mint snow salt, and seafaring fleets will all become useless scrap. Let's see how he survives this.
To deal with a dragon thrashing in a pond, the best way isn't to jump in and fight, but to drain the pond completely dry.
Brilliant, Chancellor, we pale in comparison.
Ethan may be a dragon, but his rivers are all within Great Liang's borders. I shall use His Majesty's power to build an insurmountable dam, so he can never reach the sea. His Majesty has always been wary of foreign nations, and the pirates are his major concern. Using pirates to hand His Majesty a weapon has struck right at his deepest fear. Right, my report today was for the nation and the people fully grounded in national righteousness. Doesn't Ethan love to manipulate hearts? Let's see him handle this. With his petty profits, how will he argue back?
The Crown Prince wants to protect him. I fear.
Even the Crown Prince cannot override ancestral law and border defense. In 3 days, it will be the end for Ethan and Samuel. We're doomed. Good son-in-law. We're truly doomed this time. The sea ban is an ancestral policy. Who dares to oppose it? That would be going against our ancestors. Henry's move is using His Majesty's hands and the voices of all officials to kill us.
Father, warm your hands.
Son-in-law, take my advice. Let's just give up. Our shares in Gemma Mint and the salt permits, let's hand them over. We'll sell the shops and lands in Jing City.
And return to our hometown, keep our doors closed, and we can live in peace for a few years.
Father-in-law, what do you think to His Majesty is the most important thing?
Naturally, it's the Shao family's empire.
Exactly.
Henry thinks with ancestral laws and border defense, he can block all my paths. But he doesn't know what I'm about to offer His Majesty is precisely tied to the fate of this empire. The scale in His Majesty's mind is also weighing and calculating. Tell me, running a business and ruling a country, what do they have in common?
Weighing the pros and cons.
Since the immediate benefits aren't big enough, we will paint him a much bigger picture.
Paint a picture.
Walter, prepare the carriage and gifts. I'm going to Greenfield again tomorrow. My lord, I am Ethan. I'm here to treat you to some wine.
You brat. What trouble have you run into? I don't drink just any wine.
I understand. Last time I was here, I smelled the aroma of aged wine in your room. This is the finest nectar from abroad. Please do me the honor of tasting it.
Tell me first what you want to ask. Then I'll decide if this wine should be drunk.
I'd like to ask you to come out of retirement and submit an essay to His Majesty for me. You want my endorsement? Yes. Your place in His Majesty's heart cannot be matched by Henry.
No, you may leave.
My lord, just hear me out. If you still refuse, I will leave immediately.
Speak when I finish this wine. I'll close my doors to guests.
Understood. Just one thing, sustain war with war. Would you agree? Good, good. If I wasn't so old, I'd take you as my last disciple and teach you everything I know.
It's not too late now. If you don't mind, I'll bow with this wine as my pledge.
Master, please accept Ethan's bow.
Great, it's been a long time since I felt this thrilled.
However, listen to your master, even with great state policies, but we are heavily outnumbered.
You mean we aren't influential enough?
In this chess game, to turn the tables, a surprise attack isn't enough. He has his shield. We must use someone who represents the future and the nation's destiny to counter him.
The Eastern Palace, the Crown Prince. But the Crown Prince once spoke for me and failed to get His Majesty's nod.
What if you submit that petition to the Imperial Study through the Eastern Palace?
Then His Majesty will weigh if the future monarch, along with you and me, can bear the future of Great Liang.
A new king brings new ministers. No matter how arrogant Henry is, he can't compete with a future king who doesn't need him.
Sir, you're finally back. Master is worried sick.
Walter, have the kitchen send hot porridge to the study. Except for Laura, no one is to disturb me.
Understood, sir.
Also, take all the storehouse ledgers on the South Water transport and the Gemera Mint shipyard records to the study.
Yes.
Father, trust my husband.
Tomorrow is the 3-day deadline. If the maritime ban is enforced, the future of Great Liang.
Your Highness, the Shen family sent someone to deliver something.
Quick! Bring it to me!
The future of Great Liang lies in the sea, not on land. Open the sea trade. We can establish maritime trade offices to collect commercial taxes widely. 1 year of revenue can match the South's autumn grain tax. After 3 years, the Treasury will no longer face deficits. With the tax silver, we can build a royal navy. Within 10 years, we will have an invincible fleet ruling the 4 seas. Pirates and the like can be wiped out effortlessly. With a strong navy protecting our merchant ships, we can spread Great Liang's prestige overseas. 10,000 nations will come to pay tribute in no time.
Guards! Summon Ethan. Don't let anyone know.
Yes, Your Highness.
Your subject Ethan greets the Crown Prince. No need for formalities, sit.
I want to know if what you wrote in the policy essay is truly a brilliant strategy in your mind, or an impossible pipe dream.
To answer Your Highness, I don't know about brilliant strategies. I only know how to crunch numbers. Have you ever calculated how much silk Great Liang produces a year? If the maritime ban causes it to rot in the South's warehouses, how much the loss would be? If we export it by sea, how much silver it could fetch? If fishermen can't go to sea and lose their livelihoods, how much else is lost? If we open the sea and build ships, how many carpenters and blacksmiths can feed their families and make a living?
What you said is exactly what I've been thinking, but
no matter how good the blueprint is, it's still just talk on paper. Behind Henry stands a court full of conservative officials. Once this is implemented, it will surely shock the whole nation.
What if we add Mr. Leo?
Mr. Leo, can you get him out of retirement?
I am honored to be guided by Earl Leo and accepted as his disciple. My master personally said he is willing to fight for Great Liang's future. If we fail, you'll be doomed forever, and I will lose all prestige, shaking the foundation of the state minister Ethan. The risk is too great, so great that I cannot afford to take it.
Your Highness, a ruler preserving the status quo can keep Great Liang stable for a century. But only a pioneering ruler can create for Great Liang an unprecedented golden age. Your Highness, are you content to just preserve the status quo?
Ethan, your talent is worth more than 100,000 troops. At tomorrow's court session, the lifting of the sea ban, I will face it with you. If you can help me lay this eternal foundation, one day when I rule the world, I will surely share this empire with you.
My ministers, have you thought it through? Regarding the sea ban, are there any new arguments?
I have a memorial to present.
Speak.
I believe the sea ban policy is the iron rule for Great Liang's eternal foundation and must never be shaken. Our Great Liang is vast and rich. Why do we need barbarians to engage in commerce and chase petty profits?
Get to the point. I don't want to hear grand speeches.
Please hear me out, Your Majesty.
Last year along the sea, 3 fishing villages were infiltrated by pirates and refugees, looting and killing on minor issues, spying on military intelligence, and stealing defense plans are the real threats. Your Majesty, I wish to impeach those advocating opening the seas. Merchants value profit over honor. They are parasites to the state. For their selfish desires, they would shake the state's foundation. What's worse, colluding with foreign enemies to sell Great Liang's weaponry. Such behavior is no different from treason.
Deputy Censor-in-Chief, Supreme Commander, Grand Counselor, Grand Astrologer, Earl Leo seeks an audience.
Why is he here? The good show begins.
Your subject greets your majesty. Your majesty, long may you reign. My loyal subject, please rise. I heard you returned to court, and I am very pleased. Previously, Chancellor Henry mentioned the maritime ban and border defense. I want to hear your opinion.
Your Majesty, Great Liang has endless coastlines. Better to regulate than to block. Banning won't completely stop it. Rather than letting citizens become smugglers, the court should find a way to legalize it and turn a crisis into an opportunity. Mr. Leo, you've been away from court for long. How would you know the hardships of governing? I lead the Secretariat, the 3 departments, and 6 ministries. None of these are trivial. A slight move affects everything. Could it be Mr. Leo wants to share my burden?
State affairs concern us all. Since my words displease Chancellor Henry, let's invite the Crown Prince to speak.
I see Mr. Leo came here for the Crown Prince to pave the way. I am not here for personal gain today, nor for factional disputes, but for the eternal foundation of Great Liang. Chancellor Henry, I have been retired for years. His Majesty invited me multiple times to be the Crown Prince's tutor, but I politely declined to avoid ministers' suspicion and stay clear of factional disputes.
Enough. Crown Prince, what is your opinion?
I believe the ancestral border defense system shouldn't be changed lightly. However, times have changed. The law must advance with the times. Opening or banning the sea, which matters more, can be figured out with math. Data and ledgers won't lie. Father, please take a look. This is the policy paper I ordered Gemra Mint's agent, Ethan, to write the pros and cons of opening the sea. The account ledgers clearly record the revenues and expenses. Now I want to ask you, Father Chancellor Henry, and all ministers, beyond the seas, rare treasures pile up like mountains. Great Liang, why don't we take them? If we sustain war with war, why wouldn't we dare?
Sustain war with war, Ethan, explain yourself.
In reply to your Majesty, what I base this on is sailing to the Golden Continent and taxing trade with the Spice Isles to fund our naval forces and repel the pirates. In an endless cycle, we expand our territory.
Ignorant child. What Golden Continent or Spice Isles? I've never heard of them.
Seeing is believing. I dare not debate Chancellor Henry with mere words. I implore your Majesty and all the lords present to look at something.
Granted.
What is this nonsense? Absolute nonsense. This is the Sky Hall. How dare you bring such scribbles to play tricks here?
Indeed, what did he draw? It's a complete mess. You lords often discuss the world, but do you truly know how vast the world really is? Please look, your Majesty. Here is our glorious Great Liang. Here is the Eastern Ocean. The naval lords should know it well. The Ryukyu Islands and the Wa Peninsula are all here. Further east lies an even larger landmass inhabited by red people. No.
You are spreading lies!
Chancellor Henry, as for the Eastern Ocean map, the Ryukyu king once offered it as tribute.
This is the Southern Ocean adjacent to it. Is the Golden Continent and the New World. My lords, you always say the pirate threat is hard to eliminate, but across the ocean are countless nations 100 times richer and stronger than the Wa state.
The Southern Ocean nations have no ties with us. Are we to just let you spout nonsense?
Oh, Chancellor Henry, I haven't been there myself, but the old maritime records of the past dynasty can easily be checked. The sea logs also prove it. On the Golden Continent, spices pile up like mountains. Even the bowls used by commoners are made of pure silver. Do not let your ignorant short-sightedness affect the destiny of our Great Liang. These are my estimated ledgers. If we reopen the Maritime Bureau, all imports and exports taxed at 10%. Just from silk, porcelain, and tea every year, it would add 5 million taels to the treasury.
How much is our annual tax revenue? This port tax alone is so much.
If we remain isolated, our world will only be this big. But if we set sail, Great Liang's world can be as vast as this map.
Indeed, what Ethan says makes perfect sense. I second that.
What you said I understand perfectly. But as the Ministry of War said about the pirate issue, how do we solve it? If for 5 million taels we lose an inch of our land or harm our people, no matter how much silver, I would rather decline it.
Your Majesty is wise. Such merchant talk only sees gold and silver with no regard for the nation.
Prime Minister, calm down. What I just proposed is merely the profit of lifting the ban to build Great Liang's first unprecedented and invincible navy that is sustaining war through war.
I only have one question. Where will the money come from? Forget 5 million taels a year. Even 10 million might not be enough.
The money will come from this vast ocean. The Maritime Bureau's tax silver won't go to the Ministry of Revenue. We'll establish a Navy office with earmarked funds used entirely to build a fleet and recruit sailors.
Nonsense! If this tax doesn't enter the treasury, how can the Ministry of Revenue balance the books?
Are the Ministry of Revenue's debts not enough already? Once the Navy takes shape, it will immediately set sail to wipe out the pirates and clear the routes. The safer the routes, the more merchant ships will sail, and taxes will naturally rise. It's an endless cycle to build an even stronger fleet, allowing national power and wealth to snowball and continuously grow. Father, such a brilliant strategy. I implore you for Great Liang's future to approve it.
The theory sounds good, but that invincible warship you mentioned compared to the wavebreaker you presented must be even better. If even Gemmer Mint hasn't built one, who else can build it?
Your Majesty, I, along with Gemmer Mint, have built a half-scale concrete warship. Please proceed to the dock to take a look.
Concrete warship.
Your Majesty, the dock beneath my feet is built of special concrete, incredibly hard.
What is this? It violates the rules. It completely violates the rules. This material isn't wood. How can it float on water?
Then launch it.
Put those lead blocks onto the deck. Men, bring a hammer.
A divine artifact. This is a divine artifact. How can there be such a hard material?
Your Majesty, this uses Gemmer Mint's specially developed material concrete mixed with river sand and gravel, then framed with steel bars and cast together. Its sturdiness far surpasses any wood. Impervious to water and fire, invulnerable to cannons and rocks.
You mean this ship won't break if it hits a reef?
Against ordinary waves, hitting a reef won't hurt it. The most important thing is its cost, which is less than 20% of premium non-mu wood. This is what I have prepared for your Majesty and our Great Liang Navy as the first humble gift. With this divine ship, why worry about the pirates? Why worry about our overseas prestige?
Good. The maritime ban shall never be mentioned again. Effective today, we establish the Maritime Trade Supervisorate To oversee all maritime trade affairs, its tax revenue will not go to the Ministry of Revenue. Furthermore, a naval bank will be established with earmarked funds to fund naval construction and training.
Your Majesty, Ministry of Revenue.
The Maritime Supervisorate is a pillar of the state, bearing the future of Great Liang. For the next century, this matter will be overseen by the Crown Prince. To show the court's priority,
your son accepts the decree.
Gemma Mint Clerk Ethan is exceptionally wise, offering blueprints and strategies with immense contributions, is hereby appointed Supervisor of Maritime Trade as a 5th rank official to assist the Crown Prince, specializing in cement ship construction, exploring new maritime routes, and overseas trade affairs. Also granted the Goldfish Pouch with authority to act at his discretion. All internal affairs of the Supervisorate can bypass the Secretariat and be reported directly to the Crown Prince.
Your subject Ethan humbly accepts the decree. Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor!
Come on in! Right this way! The master said no matter who it is, everyone must follow the rules. My good son-in-law, I, your father-in-law in my whole life, never imagined our Shen family would see this day, not by relying on mountains of gold and silver, but by an honorable official title relying on you, earning us such immense prestige. From now on, who would dare say that I, Samuel, am a lowly merchant? Who would dare? Samuel's son-in-law is a 5th rank court official, the maritime supervisor assisting the Crown Prince.
Son-in-law, Master the Chief Administrator from Prince Ivan's manor has come with a congratulatory gift.
Prince Ivan? Isn't he guarding Peiping? Why would he send a gift?
Prince Ivan, the future emperor, creator of the Great Liang's peace era, has he appeared. Please let him in.
I am Gavin. Greetings, Commissioner Ethan.
You have come a long way, Chief Gavin. Excuse my lack of a proper welcome, please forgive me.
A small gift from the north, just a token of my respect. His Highness has heard of your great talent, creating a century of wealth for Great Liang. He admires you greatly, and sent me to congratulate you. This is a secret letter from His Highness. Please, Commissioner, open it yourself.
I heard the concrete warships you presented are indestructible and incredibly mighty. If our northern navy could use them, we would surely destroy the Tartars. I wonder if I have the honor to learn from you to relieve the North's suffering.
Prince Ivan cares about the state guarding the border. He has done a great service. I admire him deeply. Once the Maritime Commission's affairs are on track, if there is a chance, I will surely seek his advice on his iron military discipline.
Then I will excuse myself. Farewell. This prince is up to no good.
Father-in-law, you are wrong. Henry is a wolf in plain sight. He bares his fangs, wanting to swallow us whole, to satisfy his appetite, but this prince is a tiger lurking deep in the northern mountains. Wolves want meat, but the tiger probably wants the entire world.
My good son-in-law, countless hardships. We have survived them all. Even if ahead a tiger blocks the way, the Shen family will do whatever it takes to carve out a glorious path for you.